Hello everyone. Welcome back to Epilogues, the channel where we deep dive into stories that linger long after the final page. Today we are talking about Before Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, a novel that combines time travel, heartbreak, and most important, a cup of coffee you'll ever drink. What if you could go back in time, but only under a few strange conditions and nothing you can do change the present? Before Coffee Gets Cold, ask this exact question. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll break down the entire plot, explore the deep emotional stories inside, and talk about why this book resonates so deeply with readers around the world. This novel originated as a play and later became a best-selling book in Japan. It's set in a small, almost hidden Tokyo cafe. The cafe offers a unique experience, the ability to travel in time. But here's the catch. You can only travel back to the past if you follow a rigid set of rules. You must sit in a specific chair. You can only meet someone who has visited the cafe. You can't leave the seat during your journey. Most importantly, you must return before your coffee gets cold. Simple, right? Not at all. These rules are frustratingly limiting, but that's what makes the stories so powerful. This book is divided into four interconnected stories, each focusing on a different character. The first is about Fumiko, a woman in her late 20s struggling with regret after her boyfriend Goro moves to America for work. She hesitated to give him an answer about their future, and he left without one. She uses the cafe's magic to go back in time just before he leaves, hoping to change his mind, but of course, she can't change the outcome. She confesses her feelings, something she couldn't do before, and though she still ends up alone in the present. She gains closure. It's painful, but it shows us the purpose of time travel here, not to rewrite the past, but to understand it better. Next is Kotek, a nurse whose husband, Fusagi, is slowly losing his memory to early onset Alzheimer's. Before his illness worsens, he writes a letter to her but forgets to give it to her. When she finds out, she desperately wants to read what he had to say. She travels to the past to see him at a time when he still remembers her. In this heartbreaking scene, she reads the letter out loud while he listens. He wrote about how proud he is of her, how much he loves her, and how sorry he is that he'll soon forget her. It's easily one of the most moving parts of the book. Again, nothing changes. He's still ill in the present, but she now carries that moment of love and clarity with her. The third story is about Hirai, who runs a nearby bar and is estranged from her younger sister, Kumi. Kumi has always tried to reconnect, but Hirai pushes her away. When Kumi dies in a car accident, devastated by guilt, Hirai returns to the cafe and travels back to the day Kumi last visited. She finally listens, really listens to what her sister had to say, and she tells her she loves her, something she never said before. In the present, Hirai changes. She takes over the family in the life her sister wanted her to live, as a way to honor her memory. The story really shows how we carry people forward even when we can't change what happens. The final and most emotional story is about Ki, the wife of Nagare, the cafe's owner. She's pregnant, but as a heart condition that puts her life at risk, she wants to meet her unborn daughter in the future, even for just a moment. Unlike the others, this time travel jumps forward instead of backward. Ki travels to a future where her daughter is alive and healthy. They talk briefly, and the child knows who she is. This gives Ki the courage to make ultimate decision. She carries the pregnancy to term, knowing it may cost her life, but now at peace. The daughter is eventually raised by Nagare and others in the cafe. Her name, Miki, and she's the girl Ki met in the future. So, this book isn't about grand science fiction or time travel paradox, it's about emotion, memory, and forgiveness. The cafe becomes a metaphor, a quiet place to confront the past and move forward. The chair, the rules, the time limit all force the characters to face their grief in very focused ways. There's also a spiritual layer. The coffee itself becomes symbolic. As long as it's hot, you have time. When it cools, your chance is gone. And isn't that a beautiful metaphor for life and opportunity? So, stylistically, the writing is simple, almost play like, which makes sense given its origin. So, for some readers, it might find it overly sentimental or repetitive, but for many, that simplicity is exactly what makes the emotional moments hit so hard. You're not reading before coffee gets cold for twists, you're reading it to feel, and it delivers. Every story lingers in your heart. It's also a great starting point for readers who are new to Japanese literature. So I would give it 5 out of 5 because me being an emotional person. And yeah, is it worth reading? Absolutely. Especially if you are ever wished for just one more conversation. Before Coffee Gets Cold doesn't offer miracles, but it does offer meaning. If you have read it, let me know in the comments which story hit you the hardest. And if you liked this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the little bell. We have got more soul-stirring stories coming your way right here on Epilogues. Until next time, cherish the moment before coffee gets cold.